This is Lewis Art for Boxing Social in association with Empire Firestore and William Hill. Always a pleasure to be joined by Harlem Eubank. We're here on the red carpet for the Rumble in the Jungle experience. Talk to me, how sort of special is it to be here and what's it been like so far? Have you been enjoying it?
Yeah, it's a cool event, isn't it? It's the first immersive experience type event that I've been to. And I'm waiting for the screening. We walk in and there's people shadowboxing in the ring, so you don't know what to expect. But there's a lot going on here, and it's cool to be a part of it.
Absolutely. We'll switch on to when we last caught up, which was literally just straight after Eubank Jr. stopped Liam Smith. Been a couple of weeks since that now. How do you sort of reflect on that whole fight week and the performance in itself?
It was sensational. A great rivalry, and a great dance partner for Chris. What a storyline to come back from your lowest point in your career and produce a career best performance. He's put his name right at the top of the sport. He's the top boy now. Everybody wants a piece.
I was going to say that now, where you look at it, where before the rematch everyone was doubting Eubank, this and that. Do you feel like he's almost flipped the switch in a way where now he's the top dog, as you just said there? He's the top dog now. He's flipped the switch from sort of being not in a disrespectful way, but at the bottom pile when people didn't really sort of regard him now, after that performance, he's really put out a statement.
Most definitely. I don't think any respected people in the boxing world gave Chris Eubank Jr. a chance in that second fight. He came out, he shocked the world. People said he couldn't box, couldn't jab. How can he outbox Liam Smith? He came and he outboxed him. He done what people said he couldn't do, and like I say, he's placed himself at the top of the sport. And now everybody wants a little bit of Chris Eubank Jr.
And you look at it now, as we said in our previous interview, everything that he's been through, you think about sort of the hard time that your family's had sort of the past 2 or 3 years. It really feels like now that we're sort of getting a special period, and it's really kicking on some good times for you and Junior as well.
Definitely, he's put he's put the Eubank name right back at the top where it belongs. And it's exciting, We're all going to come and make sure it remains at the top of the sport.
Do you feel that's all testament to your characters and shows how much resilience you've got as a family to, no matter what knockdowns you get in or setbacks, you still keep going and you still perform at, the elite level?
Definitely, I think we all have that spirit in us. Whatever comes to take you down, can't keep you down for long. We've all had to process a lot and come back and try and make an impact in the sport. And Chris most definitely, done that the other weekend.
Absolutely, and you look now where the obvious fight next for him would be Conor Benn. I know you said that you wanted to fight Conor Benn, but after everything that happened in October, does this now build for such a massive fight between the two where they were going to earn good money anyway, now they can even earn sort of even bigger money?
I think with that situation, I think most people can see now that the failed test saved him from a hellacious beating that night. And if it happens, I don't think it will happen next, but who knows? Everybody wants a bit of Chris now, so there's a lot of options for him.
We'll go on to yourself. We know it's been rumoured, I know it's nothing been confirmed yet, but November 10th is looking like Brighton, homecoming for you. How special could that be to be back in Brighton and back from fighting, the homecoming, which we've been wanting for so long?
It's going to be special. Going to be a special night. It's come back to Brighton. Come home to my people and bring a big night of boxing. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be hopefully a really good fight and a special one to come home to and put boxing back on the map in Brighton. It's been a while since senior boxed. At home in Brighton. I'm actually returning to a venue in the Brighton Centre that he was the last to box at. So it's great to to try and do my little bit within that history and continue the family legacy.
And with all those things you say there, you're the first person to box it, senior boxed there. You've dreamed of nights like this, and you've dreamed of headlining back in Brighton. How excited is this for you that you are the man to do this, and you are the man to bring it back to Brighton?
Yeah, it's it's surreal when I first started out in boxing. That kind of legacy, was a big thing that lingers over you when you first start out. But I've done the hard yards in this sport now, and I'm at a stage where I can come back and embrace that legacy and hopefully do my bit to carry the name with pride and continue to make an impact in the sport.
Do you feel like you had to play catch up a little bit? Where you started boxing late, so only started when you're 18. You're almost at the sort of same level as guys who've been boxing from when they were very young. So do you sort of have to learn the job very quickly?
100%. I've had to dedicate myself more than anyone else. I've had to work harder than anyone else, and I had to put myself in an environment that is very, very difficult. But it's forged me into the fighter I need to be to make up them yards and to now be in a position where I can really state my case in my division.
So, well, we'll talk about what's happening in the division. We see earlier, Lewis Ritson was the name everyone talked about. I know you probably can't say too much on it, but how big of a fight do you think that could be if Ritson, almost, he's got a big following in Newcastle, he'll sort of come down to Brighton. Is that an exciting fight for you, and how big do you think that could be?
It's a great matchup. There's a lot of big fights out there, for me now, and that's definitely one of them. That's definitely an option, and one that I'll relish as well. I'm excited. There's a lot on the table, and I'm excited to bring something big back to Brighton.
With you being well respected, someone like Lewis Ritson, he's been there. He's boxed at a really good level. Getting a win over him would be a real statement. Do you see that as a real statement for yourself now? And the coming of age. Do you see it as a coming of age performance for you, a coming of age statement win if you get there?
Definitely, these are the type of fights we want now. The fights where we can really show people where we're at, and how far we've come, and fights where we can make a statement. So it's definitely one of them.
You wanted the European title shot, and we talked about it. That's going to go to Adam Azim. Is that quite frustrating for you to see that?
Yeah, it's it's whatever comes, because the European title is big, but there's bigger names and bigger opportunities in the division than that title as well. So yeah, as long as it's a big fight, whether it's the European, whether it's a big name, I'm excited. I'm excited to have that fight where I can show people really what I can do and where I'm at in this sport.
100%. Harlem, just want to say thank you for the time to speak to me. I appreciate it, and we all look forward to the homecoming in Brighton, mate. Thank you. Cheers.